Hi all, welcome back. More enemy action Kharkov, German solo. This is part 77. Yeah, I just had the 40 core impulse, and afterwards, when I've made this dispersal, well, I've drawn my replacement card now, so I can't go back on that. Just kind of wondering, because it's annoying, but if I had finished the unit off, you think, well, they've done their job, but the unit still survived, didn't it? I sit in despair, so I'm thinking, is he going to get away and then repair? And did think that if I did get an activation again with them, or with, no, I can't, use any one unit move and attack, but then I'm only attack. Well, maybe not, just I could activate this unit and bring them down. This garrison would come off and then bring them into here, surrounding things, just keeping them trapped. So we'll see if we can come up with something like that near the end of the turn, but yeah, there's many other things that could happen between now and then. Okay, right, let's get down to the next Soviet impulse, because I feel like this is going to be, we've not really had much from them up to now, and are we going to see something over here? Look at it. It's yeah, you do wonder about the two units surviving, even though the fact they are 10 strength and 6 steps, that looks kind of, yeah. Okay, right, let's see what they're going to do. Right, here we go, next Soviet impulse. Well, there's the third tank card. It's a supplemental one. Oh, and the primary one. Well, also I'm looking at the event here and realising they don't have we only have one forward support marker out. So then again, this would have been a sign or replacement point, wouldn't it? It would have done. Well, yeah, I mean, this card had to come anyway, and then we would have shuffled in. Although I suppose if we had got this as the auxiliary card at some point, I mean, that would have needed to mean that we had a lower card, because these are probably all the primary cards. I think are 3 value, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway, what ifs don't matter, Grant. That's how it is. So they're the way they're setting up. This is going to be the primary. This is going to be auxiliary. However, the good, well, I say the good thing, what I say, would have only been replacing a point. It wouldn't have been a full activation of them again. But that forward support marker going down there, I don't think really, it might affect how they move, right enough, the units. So, because some of them are now going to be in support, and there's some of them, well, quite a few of them aren't. But it's not as if it's going to involve any attacks down that way. So however, anyway, from turn 6, we're on turn 6, event forward support. So that is going to happen. And it's going to happen because we've only got one forward support marker in play. And we've got cards in the Soviet deck. So we'll place forward support marker in a hex located outside of but adjacent to the current Soviet support zone. Doing so puts all hexes on 5 hexes forward support marker in Soviet support. Prefer the placement hex that puts the most supplied and currently unsupported Soviet units in support. And then as southernmost, that's to the right, isn't it? Yeah, to the right. Does not apply if less than 2 units would be put in support. That's not going to be the case. That might only be 3 we grab, possibly, maybe 4. However, that's not less than 2, right? And there are, or both forward support markers in play, or if the Soviet deck is empty. So that's not. So here we do have another forward support marker. So it is going to go across this side, because that one's taking care of these, and Well, actually, it can't get this, can it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it can't reach that one, but these are in support. So, right, let me see where it's going to, where I think it's going to go. Yeah, I think it can only get these 3 here, because this one's not reachable at all. Even if you put it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can't reach that one at all. And this guy, of course, here's the same. If you put it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 are out. So it's really only these 4 that we can supply. And I want to say that it's here. Yeah, this can pick up 3 units. It can stretch to that guy. Now hang on though, if it wants to go more southernly, Grant, it's maybe going to ignore that guy. 1, 2, 3, no, maybe there then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it picks up 3 there. Now it pick up 3 there as well. It'll be this guy, and this guy. Yeah, it's a town marker. Yeah, it's just 3 units. But I would pick up 3 here as well, these 3, and this is 1 hex further south. If it went to there, I don't think it would grab that guy with that 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So it's got to be there. Pretty sure that's where it's going. That picks up support for these 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy. Well, it's quite important for this guy, I suppose, because he is adjacent to this 2 strength Rouse unit. Although he is only 1 step, so he's not going to get involved in attacking as of yet. Right, and it did pick up 3, which was more than 2. Well, it only applies if it's less than 2. So that's that. So, but now, from now, any support markers, events that we get are not going to apply. Just wanted to check my hand. What is the one? Is it air interdiction, isn't it? No, I don't have any of that. Just that, taking that off forces them probably, because they do seem to get quite a lot of events. They want their units in support, and I found that playing the Soviet Soul, and in fact, I'm pretty sure that's, well, I'll not give spoilers, but just in case. I found that if I played the game again, I would certainly be seriously concentrating on keeping my guys in support. Okay. Right, well that's the auxiliary card being used. As the 3rd Tank Army card out of the way. Like I say, however, I would have only done a replacement point. But here we go. This is going to be the first challenge for Kharkov, I think. So this is the command card for the Soviet Impulse. It's going to activate all units in the army. Yeah, and we're going to activate all 3rd Tank Army units. So I'll get them all activated and we'll get them up top, because I think some of them are under units and there's quite a lot going on. The good thing I will say is there's no... Yeah, that was quite a nasty combat tactic on that card too, wasn't it? Reinforced battle and artillery. However, we don't have an auxiliary card, so and the big one being assault coordination, I think. That's my big worry, is there's going to be an attack around Kharkov with assault coordination. That's where I could see us being in serious trouble. But we'll see what happens here, and it might... Yeah, anyway. Okay, I'll get the units activated first. Yeah, and they do have a lot of units, don't they? So all these ones around about the Kharkov area, some of them, a couple of them not adjacent to Kharkov, but could make that move at the moment. This guy outside, we've got a couple of armoured units down here, and this armoured unit here. They're kind of tied up with their cities though, so I'm not sure what they're going to do, which is quite nice to have strong units like this holding cities. Obviously, is there a chance? No, see, I think one of them got relieved with this infantry unit, didn't he? Or is that not the one that ended up going down there, maybe? Anyway, Right, so I think that's them all activated. Now, reserve units box, there is none. And yeah, no auxiliary card. So now they don't have their objective marker, no. So they are, right, they don't have their objective marker. Hang on. Yeah, so they don't have their objective marker, and the operational limit line is the same as the support line. So that might affect some of their movement, yeah. So 9.22 Soviet movement method B, movement methods B, and from turn 6 onwards, well, from turn 5 onwards, we use these methods if the objective is removed from play. And then from turn 6 onwards, the Soviet operational limit applies to certain movement methods in 9.22. If so indicated, the destination hex for that movement method must be within the current Soviet operational limit line. Okay, right, movement method 1, take a VP hex. So enter an empty German town or city. No. There's nothing. The only one that they're interested in is Kharkov, and it's occupied, but there's nothing they can just wander into. So let's move on. 2 is open supply line, move to a hex if occupied by the unit would enable a unit in the active front and currently unable to trace supply, including the moving unit, to be able to do so. Well, not much happened over this side since we started the turn, really. There was never any issues with these guys tracing supply. And we've not done anything to change that, like I say. The only issues we could have created are further up beside where the 40 core units moved. Well, I suppose there is some, you know, the fact that did we move any further in? Not really, did we? We moved this unit into here. And then we backed up and protected our cities. Wisely, I think. So yeah, I don't think there's anything down this area that's needing supply. I mean, we can still just chuck the card a bit further out the way. Yeah. You know, we can still trace onto this road and get up through these units to a safe area. So all these units can do that. I think this one needs to go straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He needs to go up to here, but this is fine as well for a supply trace. Yeah, in actual fact, I don't need to carry on up there if I want to. I think I can come down and through here. So once things, I could see us moving across and causing trouble with that though. I think we'll want to see what happens at the end of this turn before we start. And like I've said, I don't think 40 core are going to activate again this turn. I can't see it. So I don't think there's any issues with supply for these units. So no supply lines needing to be opened up. No? I don't think so. Right, Soviet VP hex has 2 parts, 3A and 3B. This is one I posted the question. Again, not got answers back from a few of my questions. My guess is the guys are wanting Mr. Butterfield to answer them, and whether they've skipped him by or he's been busy doing other things. But so I can only stick by what it says in the rulebook, because I feel that this maybe should be done in descending order, and it's not. It's done in ascending order, so there could be a reason for it though, and we're going to have to just stick by that now anyway, because nobody's come and told me otherwise. So in ascending order, move to a Soviet VP hex, and 3A is move to a Soviet VP hex targeted for the active front that is empty, garrisoned or occupied by only 1 or 2 steps in Kharkov, and to which German units proximate or German supply is traceable. And It then finishes with a unit starting stacked with one or fewer other steps and a VP hex 2 or fewer in Kharkov to which the German unit is proximate or German supplies traceable does not move by this or any subsequent method. So yeah. Right, I think there is quite a lot of things to get looked at here. So we will do it in ascending order. Yeah, which again makes me feel a little uncomfortable, but what can I do? So, right, yeah, come on. Yeah, I don't think we're able to get across the Zimiev, are we? I get the feeling this unit moved into Chugyev because of this issue. Because what we've got, let me move a bit closer. The issues we have up here are now that these guys are moving across here, German supply is traceable, and it was to Chugyev, and I get the feeling, I seem to recall that was the last thing, 40th Army, and that's why that big, strong... Yeah, this was the guy that brought up the question, wasn't it? Because we moved Unit 1 in here first, and then we're unable to move this guy away. At first I thought he was going to join him and relieve him of his armour. But we realised it was going to enable supply to this if I move this guy away, because supply can be traced onto this road here, and German supply is traceable on this road. We can go up through these and then down into Izium that we've just taken, and then up and along, and maybe I'm go off camera there, but it's doable. And which brings, right, and this is why we ended up with this unit in Chugyev and this unit not doing it. So, but now we've got the same issue with Zimiev. Was the same, but I couldn't get across to cover it. But Zimiev is in German supply right now. It's actually sitting on a road that you can trace German supply to. Just the same trace up here. Obviously, this part of the road you can't go through because of the garrison, but this one actually comes up the road the other side of it, and then it's away. So German supply is traceable to Zimiev right now. Now, if we are to follow the rules as they're written, and we're to do this in ascending order... hang on. Zimiev... Zimiev's a mixed target, isn't it? Does it say it's Kozov? No, it doesn't. It says move to a Soviet VP hex targeted for the active front, right? That is targeted for both fronts, so it's targeted for the active front. That is empty, garrisoned, or occupied by only one step. Well, it's garrisoned. And to which the German unit's proximate or German supply is traceable. Yes. So that is an eligible target for a unit to move to. And we're looking at Unit 1 right here. Are you seriously telling me that this guy's going to move away from Kharkov into here, into Zimiev, to protect it? I mean, when this unit here, unit selector number 24, can do the same move as an infantry unit. I mean, in actual fact, I think this will happen this time. Well, you're certainly going to either relieve this guy or this guy, because this armoured unit is going to move into here, and then this infantry unit, when we get around to it, is going to move in with part B of this method and relieve either this armoured unit or this armoured unit. That's starting to, it makes it feel more wrong, this. Why did nobody answer my question on that? I feel like even Martin would have said something regarding that. Maybe the fact that, that does feel a bit odd. Or give me something. Because I feel like this could be breaking the game. I mean, I could be wrong. It's just feels meh, really. To move this strong 5 strength armoured unit away from the possibility of an attack on Kharkov this turn. Whereas, I mean, this infantry unit is not even adjacent to Kharkov. We probably wouldn't, you know, if you were sitting there yourself, you're saying, well, okay, I'm a wee bit worried about this, but, you know, you wouldn't say, let's move this armoured unit away. Especially when it looks like the AI is going to do that and then move the infantry into it, and then the armoured unit can then move away next turn. That doesn't make sense. I'm not happy about this. Well, I'll tell you what, from my point of view, as playing the game, to try and succeed, it's certainly beneficial to me, this. I'm not looking at Zimiev, I'm not concerned with that. The fact that 5 strength is moving away from Kharkov, and the other 2 strength is going to move away as well. It's not as if it's going to move adjacent. Yeah, I get that they want to protect these towns, but in the way that it's happening, I feel that something's maybe not quite right. Well, what if I had went and done is reposted my question again regarding this? Because I really feel I'd like somebody to voice their thoughts. I just feel like this is kind of quite a big moment to mess this up, because I mean that armoured unit moving away. It's not only Zimiev, we've got some other things. Well, yeah, it probably is only Zimiev regarding being empty. Belgorod is fine, isn't it? Yeah, because the reason this unit's still here is because this would be able to trade supply at this road. Belgorod cannot. Well, there's no gaps through there actually. But we'd have to be able to trace onto this bit of road here. And the other ones, I mean, we've got, mind you, Kaplanska's targeted for southwestern front, and the one away up there. I mean, they are, well, actually, maybe not. Well, this one's in German supply, yes. I don't think that one will be, because, yeah, we need to trace hexes, won't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only one short. But we're not proximate to moving up there, even if we could anyway. So Belgorod's alright. So it is just Zimiev. So what I'll do is just kill a little bit of time. We'll just leave the situation with Zimiev just now and look at these guys down here, because these have their own issues. Now, remember, if any of these were to move away, I mean, German supply is traceable to these units. We're right adjacent to the German map edge hex, and we've also got a German unit down here. But you've got this one, and this one. These are all close to the German map edge, so they don't want to move away from there. But the end of part 3A, movement method 3A, as a unit starting stacked with one or fewer other steps. A unit starting stacked with one or fewer other steps. Yeah, okay. So it's not one to leave one step, but it's not one to leave no steps as well. So it can only leave like 2 steps or more, right? Sorry, I was just working my way around that one. Unit starting stacked with one or fewer other steps in a VP hex. 2 or fewer if it was Kharkov. Well, we've not got Kharkov. Well, they've not got Kharkov. To which the German unit is proximate or German supply is traceable, does not move by this or any subsequent method. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because actually Gotnya here is also German traceable, but there is 2 steps in that. Remember, this isn't an active unit. But if there was 1 step in that, then one of these third tank units might come and try and relieve that as well, because that's in German supply as well. So again, we're doing this in ascending order. So let's forget about Unit 1 just now. Let's look at Unit 2. So Unit 2 is sitting here, and it's stacked with 1 or fewer steps, other steps, yeah. Yeah, who be stacked with 0 steps, in a VP hex to which German supply is traceable. So it does not move by this or any other method. So that is going to be settled in like that. It's not going to move out of there. What that needs to wait on is some oh, interesting. Interestingly, it doesn't mention targeted for the active front there. But then would the unit be in the hex if it wasn't targeted for the active front? A unit starting stat with 1 of your other steps in a VP hex doesn't say that it's got to be targeted for the active front. Well, you know what it is anyway. So to me, this unit locks in there. He's not going to move by any other method. And I'm looking at that in ascending order, and I'm still feeling like I'm not. That's probably, I don't know. I just feel like it's wrong. And then Unit 4 is probably next. Do we have a Unit 3? Well, we do actually, but it's up in the main part around Kharkov as well. So I think we can safely say that Unit 4 is also going to be in that position. He's stacked with no steps, and he's in a VP hex to which German supply is traceable. He's not going to move by that method. Now, however, this guy's only got 1 step, so he is not a unit starting. Well, actually, he is. He's a unit starting stacked with 1 or fewer other steps in a VPX, to which the German unit's proximate or German supply is traceable. Does not move by this or any subsequent method. Yeah, so he's actually going to lock in there as well. Now, hold on, Grant. Because this has only got 1 step. Something might come before that. Like this unit here can reach that. And if I'm doing this in ascending order, or you know what, 1, 2, 3. Even if I wasn't, this guy actually might be able to come down and help as well. Yeah, so I really need somebody to straighten me up here. The thing with this is, surely this would have been picked up on playtesting. You would think. Surely somebody would have been in a similar situation where they're like, that feels a bit wrong to move my unit selector number 1. I mean, don't get me wrong, I brought this up with advancing after combat, and when you're advancing, taking a town, unit selector 1 is going to do it first. It's going to take the town. Generally, it's an armoured mechanised unit that would want to move a second hex. However, it's got to stop when it takes the town, and then you have your weaker units behind. Maybe they're infantry units that only can move 1 hex, where they then move into the town and they can't move anymore anyway. But that was explained in the way that, well, yeah, it's more than likely other units are going to come behind that, and it's one of these things that you take advantage of and enjoy the fact that the Soviets are maybe slightly optimally moving that way, you know, whereas you probably wouldn't do it that way yourself. So could this be another one of them? You know, maybe. I just maybe not. Well, let's see what happened if we were doing this part in ascending order, because this unit he can reach both these actually, but he's not going to look at this because this has got 3 steps. So he's going to look, and he's going to consider moving to a Soviet VP hex targeted for the active front that is empty. Well, this isn't empty, it isn't garrison, but it is occupied by only one step, and to which a German unit is proximate. Well, we've got a German unit proximate here, and German supply is actually traceable to that hex. So, yeah, so this guy, now none of the rest, well, I've said that this guy could move, that's right, didn't I? So if we were going in ascending order, as it says in the rules, this guy would make this move. And if, like I'm kind of want to think, it was in descending order, then this would come down and support it. And before that happened, this unit would lock in, because he's unit 30. Yeah, you can see the dilemma I'm a bit in. I need to make a choice here, or I need to wait for an answer, and I don't want to wait because I've got the chance to play a little bit, and I've not been playing for a while. Well, yeah, I suppose you just have to go with the ascending order, Grant, because if nobody does come and even voice their opinion, you're just going to be sitting twiddling your thumbs until, I don't know. Right, so I'm going to say in ascending order, this guy's, hold on though. We know he was there for a reason, wasn't he? Yeah, he's been here protecting Valky for a while. And the reason he's protecting it, he needs to be on this row, or column, or whatever you want to call it. Because to trace supply to Valky right now, German supply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's one hex short. But if I make any move with this unit, even in the air, shall we say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he can reach if he goes that way, and then the other one, if he goes that way, we would be able to come down this side. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he cannot move away from there. There's a kind of, yeah, this Valky really needs, I mean, what you would do yourself if you're looking at this, I suppose you move this infantry unit into Valky and then move this. Yeah, we can't really, Valky's not coming into this though, because this is targeted for the active front. It's a VP hex, and it's garrisoned, okay? However, there's not a German unit proximate to it. And I say that, but I look up here. No, I think this guy's been checked already multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because it's that broken hex. But hang on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can't reach it. And this is an isolated unit. This can't move. So we don't have hold on, Grant. That's a garrison hex. Like, I'm just looking across here. Where did that garrison go on? Because I got muddled up with this before, didn't I? Because the garrison's on it. When this doesn't have a garrison, I'm not proximate to that because I need to enter it. However, now it's got a garrison, this unit is proximate to it, because proximate to a garrison means a hex adjacent to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can get adjacent to that garrison. I want to say this just went on the start of the turn, but you know what? I'm going to have to go and check. Because if that is wrong, I could have been making a mistake with us not seeing that. I know I messed it up here, didn't I? I had to fix something regarding this. Because he is proximate to that garrison. 1, 2, 3, 4, in fact, and he's adjacent to the garrison. Right, give me a sec. Right, okay, yeah, we are okay. In fact, these both built these garrisons and Zimyev as well at the start of this turn. And the support phase, the supply phase, where we placed garrisons, 15.1. Place a garrison marker in every empty Soviet VP hex from which Soviet supply can be traced. So at that time, Soviet supply could be traced to these, and they were empty. So they built the garrison. And yeah. So that I must have been blundering that before, though, wasn't I? Yeah, but however, this is relevant now because this has a garrison. And I see maybe I mentioned this. I certainly mentioned something about this one. But this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's proximate to the garrison. Just so that I know what I'm talking about. I'm looking at proximate again. Proximate to garrison hex. A German unit is proximate to a hex containing a Soviet garrison marker if it is adjacent to the garrison or has sufficient movement points to enter a hex adjacent to the garrison. So this guy is adjacent to this VP hex. So they are going to look at that. And well, again, you'd be talking ascending order. So Unit 1, I don't think could get down there. But I mean, like, you could find that Unit 8 could be the next one in line. 1, 2, hang on. Oh no, 8 doesn't exert a zone of control. So yeah, 1, 2 brings zone of control, 3, 4, 5 into there. So it could be like Unit 8, a 3-step, 4-strength armoured unit is going to move down into Valky. More stuff that's made me feel like, no, hang on, no. He's Unit 6. So he would do it first. Right, that would make some sense because he's been sitting in the middle of nowhere protecting this. Why not? I said it already, why not actually be in the hex? You'd be better off in there. I mean, I still feel like it should be like this unit or this one's 1, 2, 3, 4. He could move into it. Select number 27. He would then only be 1 step, which you would then have to maybe add another unit to though. So there is that. Well, you're going to have to make up your mind, Gran. How you're going to deal with this. I don't want to wait. Yeah, I'm going to move these units about in low selector number first, and I just get a feeling somebody's going to come on and tell me, no, that is a mistake. And then I'm really going to have to redo it all, I think. But I mean, 3rd tank is the strongest army that they've got, and it's very important this turn for them, I think, to try and build the force to take Kharkov. I mean, I know the AI doesn't know that it could lose the game if it doesn't take Kharkov, but it knows that I can't win the game if I don't own Kharkov, because all the victory conditions, every single victory condition requires me to own Kharkov. But like I said, it's not taking into consideration, okay, this is turn 6. What victory points are we on? We're on 16, right, okay, what do we need? We need 17, or we need Kharkov, or, you know, it's not taking all that into account, but So I still feel it's important though that the right thing's done here. Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to stick with it and go with an ascending order. I know some of you guys out there, and I know Martin, he makes some of these decisions he makes, and not just him. I think John Brown probably has done the same. That they come to a kind of logical decision that, you know, that shouldn't be that way. And I'm sure some of the rest of you out there play your games that way. The point that the fact that this has got such a brilliant AI that takes care of everything, and we know it does some things silly at times, but that's fine. I don't want to be second guessing and sort of saying, oh, okay, that shouldn't be that way, it should be this way. So I need somebody to whisper in my ear to tell me. So, okay, I'm going to send an order, which means that Unit 1, now does he have a choice more than one then? No, I don't think, I think the, well, maybe he does, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5, 6, no. No, it's only, we've got, well, Chugiev's fine. At Zimiev, we've got garrisoned that's in German supply, and Valky. It's not in German supply, however, this German unit's proximate to it. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Right, so Unit 1 would move 1 and then 2 into Zimiev. What I might what I might do here is, if there is going to be an attack jet around Kharkov, consider the possibility that this unit might still be here, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so Unit 1's moved to there. Now we have a Unit 2. Now it was down here. It's done the right thing, I think. It's been in a hex that it's starting stacked with one of your other steps in a VP hex to which German units proximate or German supplies traceable, and it's not going to move, so that's fine. Unit 3 is now Belgorod's not a problem. Unit 3 is not able to reach anywhere, I don't think. Oh, is it? I mean, the other one we're trying to get to is Valky, I suppose, isn't it? Where's the road? The road goes in there. So that's Kharkov there. Yeah, no, he's not going to be able to come around. That's fine. So that's Unit 3. Next in line would be Unit 4. I think he's done the right thing as well. Just locking in. I mean, these are good things for us, the fact these big armoured units. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that quite recently. So that's him. There's not a 5, I don't think, but we do have a 6. Right, so yeah, and we're still doing 3A. Well, hang on though. Well, the thing is, he can't move to that one, because we've already said that he'd be breaking the restriction. No. But no, because that restriction's... There's a unit already proximate to enemy grant. So that's going to be... Because the restriction says... Cause one or more German units to become proximate to, or German supply to be traceable to an empty or garrison Soviet town or city hex, does not apply if the situation exists at the start of the move. So it does, because at the start of the move, this German unit is proximate to this garrison. So by me moving away to here would not stop that okay, it would give them supply trace as well, but I think the fact we've been here before, aren't we, and it's an or, so we're comfortable with that. Well, I hope I am. So he could move to here or here then. I think he's got two options. But I think we need to look at preferences here. So let me just double check again. Looking at Unit 6 and ascending order. Unit 6 is next in line. I'm going to keep that German unit in the view. And move to so VPX target for that to front. Yeah, they both are. We're looking at what's this one called again? Aktarka and Valky. Probably not pronounced anything like that, but that's what they're getting. And they're both well, actually, one of them's garrisoned, but one of them's occupied by only one step, so they're both eligible. And a German unit is proximate to both of them, actually, because this one's got the Rouse unit adjacent. So preferences, an empty or garrison hex, so it's not going to, yeah, that makes sense. So it's going to move to the garrison hex first. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into Valky. Yeah, and again, yeah, I feel that it's quite possible that it could have been this unit that would have made this move. As for this one, it probably could have been that unit that would have made the move. So I need to rewind the whole movement. That's the problem. That's why I kind of like want to know now. But I don't mind. Well, I don't like doing it, but I don't mind doing that. But if we get an attack check going, that could be where the problem arises, and then if I get an attack that's going to go ahead, I'm going to be like, well, yeah. Anyway. Right, so I suppose that's them all kind of covered, though we kind of want a bit of cover for here. That could come down to Unit 26 coming down, I think. Unit 8 would be next. However, there are some other things. Because this is all 3A we're looking at. Because 3B, this infantry is either going to move into here or here, we've decided. And in fact, no, I don't think there's not two infantry units. The other infantry units down here, I don't think he would reach. No, he's not going to get up there. He's adjacent to Kharkov. Hang on. What about Unit 8 though? Yeah, we forgot about that. Because that could... No, Grant. No, it's got to come right down to here and that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he does have some movement. He's breaking zone of control. So no, not quite. Whereas you can see, again, if their moves went in descending order, he would have moved into here first, and then this guy would have moved into there probably. Yeah, well, stop. You can't keep going on about it. You either need to do it one way or the other. Okay, so I think the next consideration is going to be Unit 26 moving down into Aktarka. Actually 3A and 3B here are. I mean, do you carry out 3A first? Yeah, because 3B says if paragraph 3A does not apply to the unit. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So if it can apply, then we're doing 3A first, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a Soviet VP hex that's occupied by only one step, to which the German unit is proximate. This unit can move to it. And there's nobody else that could move to it. I mean, that this might have been able to, but it's got to lock in because it's situation. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put him down there. So unit 30 is still not moved. However, when it comes down to it, unit 30 will just stay there, won't it? Because a unit starting stat with one or fewer other steps in a VP hex to which German units proximate does not move by this method. So it's actually going to... I know I'm jumping ahead to 30 there, but I get the feeling I might have to rewind this anyway. I really feel somebody's going to say, no, I don't think that's how it should be. But we'll see. Okay, so I think that's everything covered with that, but we're not finished because we now need to move on to 3B. And 3B is regarding infantry units. Soviet infantry unit only. If paragraph 3 does not apply to the unit, then move to a VP hex occupied only by Soviet armoured units, regardless of German proximate or supply trace. An infantry unit starting a VP hex stat with only armoured units does not move by this or any subsequent method. Right, sorry, I got dragged away there again. So where was I? Yeah, 3B, Soviet infantry unit only. An infantry unit starting a VP hex stat with only armoured units does not move by this or any subsequent method. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm just looking at these two are stat with armoured units. We know there's a couple way down the bottom here, but there's nobody that can move to help them. However, yeah, I think it is just this infantry unit, isn't it? He could move into Chugiev, or he could move into Zimiev. Is it Zimiev? Yeah. And really this guy can't get around as well, can he? No. So, if paragraph 3 does not apply... Right, it doesn't give any preferences there. I wonder, would the preferences be the same as what they are in 3A? Doesn't really make that clear, but the preferences A would be an emptier garrison text. Well, that can't be, no, so because they've got to have armoured units, Grant. Well, going through the rest of the preferences, the highest VP valued hex are both 1s. Hex to which a German unit is adjacent. Neither have got that. And Soviet support, they've all got that. Okay, so I can't break it down with any of them anyway. I'm not so sure I should have been looking at them. The preferences though anyway. This maybe just goes straight to tiebreakers. So tiebreakers would be closest to unit's objective marker, it's not in play, an empty hex, well that's not possible obviously. The hex first in confidence, no objective marker, and our closest to hex in Soviet support, the highest numbered hex. So that would take it to where his buddy is, which kind of makes more sense as well, because then when they activate again, so that's 1, 2, 3, yeah, so he can move in here as well, basically. That's in both moves. So next time third tank activate, the infantry unit cannot move because it's stacked to an armoured unit in a town that supply can be traced to, and it will allow the armoured unit to move away again. But I just really don't feel that should have happened that way. Okay. Right, stop going on about it, Grant. I'm probably going to stop shortly anyway, so we might be able to just get this. What I might do is 54 minutes, get my movement all done, call it a part, and then I know it's cutting things in the middle of an impulse, but that's almost coming up for an hour anyway. And I've just got I've got a feeling that I might need to redo things. And what I could then do is probably put a comment at the beginning of this part saying that, look, I found out things were done slightly differently, and so if you want to skip this part, move on to the next part. Something like that. Right, where would we be next? There's no more... Yeah, like I said, nothing... Chugayev could do with getting its armour relieved as well, but it can't be done with anything. So moving on. Move method 4. If nearly surrounded, is avoid surround. If nearly surrounded in a non-VPX, move to hex, which unit is not nearly surrounded. There's no third tank units. And by the way, that's all these guys down here locked in and made a move, so we can forget about them. And this one and these. It's just a bunch around Kharkov, really. So none of them need to... I need to watch. I remember looking at this guy before, but garrisons in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I can move into here, but no, I can't get surrounded because this doesn't exert a zone of control. So yeah, there's nothing that's nearly surrounded. Right, move method 5, adjacent to German VP hex, and it's got the start of this. A German VP hex beyond the operational limit is eligible only if empty or occupied by just one step. Right, it won't affect them here. They're only going to have their eyes for Kharkov, and a lot of them are going to be starting in the qualified hex already, I think. So, move to a hex adjacent to German VPX targeted for the active front and in which the moving unit would not be nearly surrounded. Right, so this is moving around Kharkov. This is done in ascending order as well. So we'll be looking at Unit 3. He's already adjacent, so hang on. A Soviet unit starting in a hex adjacent to a qualified German VPX and not nearly surrounded does not move by this or any subsequent method, except as directed by 9.25. So Unit 3 is going to walk in there unless 9.25 tells them to go otherwise. They're all going to be in the operational limit, yeah. Hex would cause German unit to become surrounded. It's already surrounded. Hex and Soviet support. They're all in support. Not adjacent. Not occupied by adjacent. No, that's not going to work. An empty garrison hex. No, there's none of them. So a hex not occupied by an active unit. Well, he's in a hex not occupied by an active unit. And he could move into this hex not occupied by an active unit. And they may even be able to get into that one. But that's the last tiebreaker anyway. Okay, so I need to know which hex he's Grant. Or well, can we just look at tiebreakers and maybe find our answer? It's going to be the highest numbered hex, I think, isn't it? Yeah, highest numbered hex. That would mean it would move around to there if it could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it could. So is it really going to do that? Yeah. I think so. I'm worried I'm just going to have to redo all this. So. Okay, so he wouldn't want to move at all unless directed by 9.25. 9.25 takes him round to the highest numbered hex. Well, hang on. No. 9.25 decides he's going to stay where he is or there. So we need to tie break between the three hexes. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, it has to be tied right between the three. So if for some reason he could reach this hex, which is higher number, he wouldn't go there because that's not occupied by a non-active unit. Right, so we've got 8, 9, 27 and 31. That's all we've got left. So 8 is going to do the same. And you know what? It's in an empty hex. So it is going to lock in there. It's not going to move at all. 9 is also going to do the same. We are doing these ascending, yeah? Yeah, we are, yeah. Yeah, so 8 and 9 are not going to move at all, and 9.25 is not going to adjust them. 27 would be next, right? So he's the one that can move adjacent. So he's got a couple of options. Again, which are going to be 9.25 anyway. Right, I want to say he can reach one of these 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, he can't get up there. Yeah, he can't get up there. It's this hex, or this hex. So 9.25. They're all operation limit. They're all in support. Surround is already. A hex not occupied by an active unit. They're all occupied by active units. So tie break is going to be the highest numbered hex again because the objective marker is not in place. So I think it's going in here beside unit number 8. So 1, 2, let's put him below. He moves in there. So that's 2 strength added to what was here before, but I feel like another 5 strength should be around here still. Maybe the 2 strength infantry should be there, that's fair enough. So the last one's going to be unit 31. He's not going to move because he's already 9.25. Is that where the road comes in? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could go into here or here. It's only going to be these 2 because these 2 are occupied by what is it? They're occupied by active units. They're not occupied by an active unit, sorry. And between the 2 highest numbered hex would be where he is. So he's not going to move at all, I don't think. Yeah, okay. I might have rushed through that a little because I'm still not confident that I'm going to be comfortable with how this has all worked. So I think that's all the movement. Zoom out and have a look here. Yeah, we've got the guys down there. I mean, I think what happened down here, well, no, there was some issues with that too, wasn't there? Was there? Yeah, I think so. So if we were to now do an attack check, let's just have a look then. Because we've got 4, 8, 10, 11, 15. Well, actually, we've got 15 to 20. Now, I personally believe that we should have 20 to 20. I think maybe no more than that, admittedly, with how it might have worked out. So, if we had 20 to 20, which is 1 and 1, now do they get any pluses or minuses? I don't think so, because now they're in supply, aren't they? Can't trace supply, but IP adjacent to spy German unit, no. Attacks, no. Support, disperse, no. There's not additions to that. So I think it would be 1 and 1 odds that we've got. Well, what I'm meaning by that is if we've got the 5 strength. If I've not, it's less than 1 to 1, so there's no attack check. But if it was, let's just, and then we can at least decide that if it goes like the way maybe Grant thinks it should have went, then there's still no attack to go ahead. So the check would be at 1 to 1. The card values are 3. Okay. And then it's not 2 to 1. No artillery barrage. It's in support, so that's a 4. If any attacking units are surrounded, no. If flanking will apply or defender will be surrounded and unable to trace supply, well, that's yes. That's up to 5. The target hex is a VP times 2 or greater. or from turn 7 onwards, right? And need to remember that. We're not at turn 7 yet, though. But that is correct, because it's got a VP value as 4, isn't it? So that's +1. That takes us to a 6. Combat Tactics auxiliary card, there's no auxiliary card, and there's not less than 4 cards. So although it hit a 6, I missed the only attackers had armour, but obviously we've got armour as well. And there's not any attacking units surrounded. No. So that did hit a 6. So it still wouldn't go ahead with that. I think it's clearly going to need maybe it's going to need the 2-to-1 odds to go ahead. Yeah, I think so. Oh, no. Or an auxiliary card. That would have done it there. Yeah, if it had a combat tactic and an auxiliary card slot, it would have went ahead. So, and that's, again, this is me counting this 5 strength maybe being involved here. If it wasn't involved, then we wouldn't even be doing the check at all. So, that's that. Some other things to do then before I end the turn. Is that the only checks? Oh no, hold on, my bad. This would be probably a more serious check, to be honest. Yeah, this is the only other one. But this was yeah, they're both one-step units. So I don't think the fact that there's 2 one-step units, none of them can be the wage unit, because this is a supplied German unit. Yeah, a unit with 1 step or an VP hex with less than 3 steps can't lead against supplied target. So the fact they're both 1 steps, they both can't become the wage unit, yeah. So yeah, I think that would be it, actually. So, well, yeah, that wasn't as brutal as I thought it was going to be. It's because they're protecting all their towns and cities now, so... Which, you know, we're into turn 6, so they are going to watch themselves now. They do need to protect what they've got, but I think the fact that we're on that close bit to... If we can keep them at 16 and keep Kharkov, well, like we said. So, place eligible active reserve units on the map. There's none of them. Remove eligible active units to reserve box. Well, that is possible actually. But you know what? I don't want to do this just now because these didn't move. These 3 units didn't move. We've also got this guy down here that didn't move. I think I'd like to just leave it there and not finish this part off. Just because I don't want to start bouncing units back to the reserves and then finding out that I need to make some adjustments, because I'm still feeling uncomfortable about this whole way that movement method 3's worded. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to, I might get back this evening for another shot. I don't know. It's probably not. Well, actually, Grant, you just want to leave that card there just now. I'm just going to cut in the middle here. So, but I've done my attaches. If I get confirmation that it is done in ascending order like that, then all the things that we've done, I think should be right. And then we can look at bouncing back some of these guys. If I do get some voices saying that it might not be that way, then I'm really going to have to reset everything and move them about again, I think. Unless I can pick the ones that have been moved out of sequence, I think. It may be easier than I think. It just, looking at it right now, it tells me that no, I'd probably have to reset everything. Okay. Well, sorry it's ended like that. It was a bit of a bummer, but I really feel like I do need to answer that question, or at least somebody's thoughts on it. A bit of advice, a bit of help and how it should be dealt with. Okay, well, whatever way, I'll be back soon with the next part. Which will start with the finish of this impulse. Remember, there's no exotic card, so that will be the Soviet impulse over. Does look, that's like them about halfway through the deck now, so we've got to watch. So we've only got a hand of 6 cards and 1 more card to draw, but we've got some good cards. So we just need to take it slowly, I think, from now on in, I think. Not rush things. Right, okay. I'll be back soon. Okay, cheers.